We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On first down, this is Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. And he will find his man on the outside.
Complete to number 88. Brings up 3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Kill.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Mike 55. Watch us run.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 5-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Morgan from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Morgan throwing on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 25 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 26. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering. Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
Operating from the gun, Morgan. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike, 54. Be a long day for you.
They start on the ground with Geis. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm trying to collect. Watch this shit. Come on.
Geis. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Right there. 54 Mike. Ricky.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. That's complete to his tight end Sprinkle. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Washington Redskins first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. Go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Go. Switch. Hey, watch that. Check.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
1st down, Minnesota.
Set up. 70, Indy. 56. Coming.
Morgan now, operating from the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
This quarterback now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On the ground, it's Geis. Now we're going to get a stoppage, and oh boy, that looks to be Geis, who is down on the turf. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Short. 55.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Shrugs him off. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready? 10-2 stop. Get it.
Back to throw. Morgan. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And 4 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, watch the slant. Hey, Delta. Right up.
Here's Morgan. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Hey, do. Go.
To throw is Morgan on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Let's go, D.
2nd and 6. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to break.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Looking to throw. Morgan. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And down he'll go at the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Second down, Haskins. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch the pass. Echo. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Who there? 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Haskins on third down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. Now Morgan looking to throw on second down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
60 or protein spill. Watch it.
Morgan off the play fake. Steps away to his left. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's going to fire one deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. What a nightmarish game he's having now that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, second and 7. Here's a second and 7. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings.
17 yards, first down, Vikings. Morgan now on first down. He's got Smith here. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Morgan to throw on second down, eluding the pressure right. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pull it off. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score, Vikings 31.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, I don't think you got it, son. Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch 55. I got him. Orbit.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Motion. Ball trot.
On third down, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
That's good for Washington Redskins. First down.
in Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Haskins to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he is all the way up past the 25. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, seam 6, hit it.
To throw is Morgan on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Set. Mike,
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check your hot read. Go.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught. Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator, 54 Mike, 6'6", pull it high.
Throwing on first down, Morgan, flush to his right. It's caught at the 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. They've gone final now out in Kansas City. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. A win would be their second on the young season. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coach say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team